If you see me sweating, that's because it's 90 degrees outside and I have my fan and AC off. So that sucks. So something I've noticed a lot recently is the frequency in limited drops. So I'm just starting to think that there's just too many limited edition drops. What do I mean by this? If you don't know, limited edition drops are normally things that drop once and never to be dropped again. Like here, I have the Glassworks Hana. This was a one-time release and you cannot buy it anymore. And that's pretty much what limited edition is. And something that I've noticed is that the frequency in limited edition has gone up a lot more. I feel like when I started the peripheral scene a few years ago, you would get a new limited edition drop maybe once, twice a year, something really cool in the middle of the year or something towards the end of the year. But it seems like every month and a half, there's just a brand new mouse pad there's only 500 of. And this isn't aimed at any one specific company. Like Wall has been doing a lot of stuff recently with all their limited drops, but then you have brands like Glassworks, which does a lot of limited drops, or TechuSide's brand in general, which does a lot of limited drops. You also have brands like Wraith, which just, like, why was the Flick a 1 of 500? Why can you not just go buy the most? That's besides the point. Getting into why there are so many different drops, it's mainly have to do with the sales tactic. It's called FOMO, or the fear of missing out. This pretty much is a phenomenon that happens when something is limited and you feel like you have to get it, because if not, you're going to be missing out, which is why a lot of brands have started doing more limited drops and more limited runs. And it's a really easy way to make a lot of money as a brand, but as a consumer, it's very frustrating when you go to buy the latest Final Mouse and you just cannot get it for retail price, except for Max Gaming. No one actually cares for the clicks. There are so many different drops that have happened that are just frustrating to deal with because you don't know if you're gonna be able to get it. And then especially on just the pay cycles, I feel like a lot of these brands forget some of these people have jobs. Why are you dropping a mouse pad at 12 in the afternoon on a Tuesday? I missed the Hatsune Miku pad because I was at work twice. So there is one cool thing about limited edition mouse pads, and that creates a collection of things that will have a value or should have a value. Like there are people who collect Final Mice and they try to resell and want to pay their astronomically large price tags alongside different wall hack pads. But this causes something that we call reselling, which happens in every community. If you look in the sneaker community, it's the worst there. Try finding a pair of Chicago Off-White ones for, let's say, 500. Try finding a pair for less than 500. It's not happening because resellers buy the stock. So the collectors have to go to the resellers in order to make it. And it's just vicious cycle, which also makes limited editions more annoying because when you want to go buy, like, let's say I wanted to go buy a Hatsune Miku Wallhack SP04, I'm not going to be able to do that. You want to know why? Because I'm not paying $250 to have a Vocaloid on my desk. Like, I'm not paying that. I will never pay that. Screw scalpers. If you're a scalper, screw you. I hate you specifically. You watching.
I'm like, what do you say f me for?
And that goes into my next point. Is reselling actually a problem? I would only say it is a problem if you're dealing with things that are in high demand, but sometimes I would only say it's not a problem when you're dealing with stuff that's actively in stock, or you're scalping on things like products that have just released and then you bought it before it sold out, and then you try to sell the thing that you bought before you received it. That's super scummy. Why in the world are you doing that? But when it comes from the buyer's perspective, it makes it real difficult. Like, let's say I wanted to go purchase something like a Switch 2 on release day and I was able to, and I missed the drop. We got to go online, try and see if anyone's selling them online. No one's selling them online. You go on eBay, like, oh, look, there's a Switch 2 right there. You go to buy the Switch 2 and it's $1,500. Why? But yeah, no, so reselling is a problem. I hate resellers. I hate scalpers. I hate all of you guys. Sell things at a normal price. I paid $200 for this piece of crap and I'm probably going to sell it for like $50. If anyone's a Nikon shooter and wants a 50 mil. For $50, let me know. But is there any way to actually fix these kind of releases? The only way that I can see fixing this stuff is if you don't make them limited, which causes a big issue for a lot of brands because a lot of brands like being limited because it's the easiest way to rake in a crap ton of cash at one time. Because as a brand, you have to manage all those different sales to a different time period versus just having $200,000 hit your account at one time at a specific time and specific date where you know you can track it and manage it. I can see why doing limiteds might be better in that sense, but the only way to actually fix it for the consumer and to actually be consumer focused and not business focused is keeping something in stock. Like right now, you can go buy this keyboard right here. This is the Corsair Maker 75, and it is a keyboard you can just go and buy. I can just go and get this right now, and I don't got to pay a price tag for it. And I feel like as a consumer, if I'm looking for something and I go to get it and it's not available, I'm just going to bring my business elsewhere. And I do it all the time, all the time. If something's not in stock, I will just not buy that thing ever, if it's not something I absolutely need. But that's it for this video. I just wanted to talk about limited edition drops. They're really frustrating and they really annoy me, and I don't like them. And I feel like there is too many of them. But that should be all. If you did like this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And then leave a comment. What are your thoughts on limited edition drops? Do you think there's too many, or do you want more limited editions? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one.